3 days after I closed the door on Jessica, a letter showed up in my mailbox. No stamp, no return address, just my name, written neatly on the front. I didn't need to open it to know who it was from, but curiosity has a way of whispering, even after you swear you're done, even when your heart has healed, even when your soul is clean, there's always that flicker. What now? So I opened it. Blue ink. Her handwriting. Still as perfect as she always tried to be. Caleb, I don't expect you to read this, but I needed to write it. You were the one person who saw me. Really saw me. And I used that as a mirror to reflect all the parts of myself I didn't want to face. I called you boring, predictable, but you were steady, safe, kind. I said you didn't make me feel alive, but the truth is, you made me feel seen, and I ran from that. I thought attention was love. I thought chaos was excitement. I thought I could break you and you'd always stay. But I was wrong. You didn't just leave, you rebuilt. You came back stronger, and you did it without stooping to my level. You let the truth speak for you. I lost everything, Caleb. But the worst part isn't the job, the friends, the reputation. It's the silence. Yours. The way you closed that door without yelling, the way you exposed me without gloating, the way you walked away like I was already behind you. Because I was. You didn't destroy me, Caleb. I did. And now, all I have left is the echo of the man I betrayed, and the sound of a door shutting for the last time. You deserved so much more. I see that now. I hope you never think of me again, but I'll think of you. Every time silence falls. Jessica. I folded the letter slowly, sat in it, let it breathe. But I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel satisfaction. I didn't even feel sad. I just felt still. She was right about one thing. I didn't destroy her. She did. And me, I survived her. More than that, I outgrew her. That night, I lit a candle, poured a glass of bourbon, and sat by the window with Ranger at my feet and peace in my chest. I didn't reply, didn't text, didn't call. Some stories don't need a final word. Some victories are quiet. And that was enough. I never imagined the sound of a toilet flushing would trigger the worst day of my life. But that's where it started. And this is where it ended. 3 days after I closed the door, on Jessica, for good, a letter appeared in my mailbox. No stamp, no return address. Just my name, handwritten in a way I hadn't seen in years. I didn't need to open it to know who it was from, but closure's a strange thing. Even when you're sure you've let go, curiosity knocks. So I opened it. Blue ink, clean lines. Her handwriting, neat as always, like the lies she used to tell with a smile. Caleb, I know you won't read this. I know you probably tossed it before even opening it. But just in case, I wanted to say I'm sorry. Not the kind of sorry that comes from getting caught. The kind I should have said years ago. You were a good man, too good for me. And I was selfish. I took your loyalty and smothered it. I wanted everything. Attention, excitement, admiration. I didn't know how to love something steady, something real. I destroyed us. You don't owe me anything, but if you can find it in your heart to forgive me, not for me, but for you. I hope you do. I'm leaving town. I need to figure out who I am without lies, without masks. I hope someday you can remember at least one good moment and smile. Happy belated birthday. Jessica. I read it twice. Then I set it on fire in my kitchen sink. It didn't make me angry. It didn't make me sad. It just felt like the last page of a book I never wanted to finish. The ashes curled into black petals and floated down the drain, just like her memory. Later that night, I sat on my balcony with a glass of whiskey in one hand and Ranger curled at my feet. City lights buzzed in the distance, and for the first time in years, I let myself remember the beginning. The good part. The notes she used to sneak into my coat pocket, the way she danced barefoot to old records in the living room, the way she cried when I proposed. And I realized something. She wasn't always the villain. She became one. And maybe that's what hurt most. Not what she did, but who she chose to become. The next morning, I got a call from someone unexpected. My cousin Ethan. We hadn't spoken since that birthday. The one where Jessica and her family tore me apart like a joke on stage. "Hey, man," he said, hesitant. "Heard what happened with Jessica. Can we meet?" "Why now?" I asked. "Because I saw the video, the party, and I realized we owe you an apology, a big one." Part of me wanted to hang up, but another part, the stronger part, said listen. We met at a diner on 9th Street, the kind that smells like pancakes and regret. Ethan looked older, heavier, like life had knocked him around a bit since I last saw him. He didn't even order coffee. "Man," he said, shaking his head, we're such jerks to you." "You were," I said calmly. "No excuses," he nodded. "We believed Jessica because she was loud, convincing. We never gave you a chance to speak." I stirred my coffee. "Do you want forgiveness?" "I want to earn it." I let that sit for a moment. Then I nodded. "Good," I said. "Then don't just say you're sorry. Be better. That's how you start." Closure doesn't come all at once. It trickles in, through burnt letters, quiet nights, and awkward apologies over cheap coffee. But it comes. And when it does, you finally breathe again. 2 weeks later, just as life began to feel normal again, there was another knock at my door. Not Jessica this time, a process server. "Caleb Morris?" "Yeah." He handed me an envelope. "You've been served." Then he walked off like he just delivered a pizza. Inside, notice of civil lawsuit, identity theft, fraudulent mortgage. Jessica was suing me. 5 years ago, she forged my signature, took out $70,000 in my name, and vanished. I never reported it. I was too numb, too broken. But I saved everything. Screenshots, signatures, even security footage of her signing the paperwork in our kitchen. She must have forgotten I had cameras back then. I called my lawyer, Mason. Calm, steady guy. The kind who looks like he's seen everything twice. After reading the documents, he looked at me and said, "This isn't just defense. Caleb, this is a gift. We countersue for fraud, defamation, emotional damages. You've got enough here to bury her and the lawyer dumb enough to take this case." Then he paused. "But it's your call. Do you want to end this or finish it?" I looked at the screen, at her face, frozen mid-laugh in one of the clips, mocking me, believing she'd won. "I want to finish it. Court took 2 months to schedule. Jessica didn't look like herself when I saw her again. No makeup, flat shoes. No jewelry, no smirk. But when the judge asked her to speak, her voice came alive, soft, calculated, rehearsed. "Your Honor, I was manipulated, controlled. He handled our finances. I was scared." Almost convincing. Then Mason stood. "Permission to play. Exhibit B," the judge nodded. And there it was, her voice crystal clear from our kitchen camera. "Caleb doesn't even read these. I'll just sign for both of us. What's he gonna do? Leave me, please." Silence. Her face went pale. Her lawyer sank back in his chair. By the end of the day, the judge dismissed her case. Ordered her to pay my legal fees. Approved the counterclaim. I didn't even smile. Because I wasn't happy. I was empty. Finally. That night, Mason said something I didn't expect. "Some people spend their whole lives never getting this kind of closure. You did. Don't waste it holding on to the ashes." So I did the last thing I ever needed to do. I deleted the folder. The entire Jessica archive, gone. Not out of forgiveness, out of freedom. Weeks passed, then months. No more letters, no more drama. I started painting again. Took Ranger to the beach more. Left my phone in the other room. I met someone. Samantha. We reached for the same book in a bookstore, Into the Wild, and laughed at the cliché. Our first coffee turned into a dinner, then a hike, then a future. She didn't ask about Jessica, and I didn't offer, because she made me feel like a man again. Not a victim, not a ghost, not someone broken, just me. One night, under a sky full of stars, she looked at me and said, "You've got this calm about you, like you've been through hell and made peace with it." "I have," I said, "and I did. Do you regret it?" I watched the sky, then shook my head. No, because if it hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be this version of me. I had to lose everything fake to find something real. Weeks later, one final package arrived. No return address, just a box. Inside, the Italian bracelet I bought for Jessica, the night I caught her cheating. No note, no explanation. Just the gift that never found its wrist. I held it for a moment. Then I tied the box shut and walked it to the thrift shop near the shelter down the street. Because I didn't need symbols anymore. Not hers, not mine. A year passed. Not once did I look back. On my next birthday, I didn't plan a party. I didn't need a scene. I took the day off, hiked with Ranger, and had dinner with Samantha on the pier. We didn't toast to revenge. We toasted to now. To anyone reading this, to any man sitting in silence wondering if he's crazy, if he's broken, if he's too soft, let me tell you something. You are not the problem. You are not weak. You are not unworthy. Some people will lie to your face and call it love. Let them. One day, they'll knock on your door, begging for a piece of the peace they tried to destroy. And when that day comes, you won't need to scream. You won't need to burn the bridge. You'll just smile, shut the door, and walk back into the life you rebuilt. Like a king. Because closure isn't about forgetting. It's about remembering who the hell you are.